righty, here we go. How's everybody doing? This is kind of funny. Actually, let me see if I can put it up here on the screen. Yeah, so over on Twitch, Try Me, who said this is their first time watching, put up a little emoji of an espresso maker, and I literally just got done making some Cafe Bustelo so I can have a cup of coffee as I start the stream. I just look up and I was like, oh, and I down up there. I thought there was some still in it from last night. So at the last minute, I was like getting it going, and it always takes a while to make. And then like I have to have my cup of coffee before I start the stream. And then I look up there, I was like, okay, I'm not alone. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. I see Smoke Spun on here. I see Johns and Johnson 2425. Johns. Y'all come up with the craziest names. There's Harry Stark, World of Nada, Electronic Music Art Collective. Just I know I didn't stream last week on my normal time. Whoops. Dropped my lap. Oh. It's magnetic. I did stream on, I think it was Saturday. We did the whole Foley recording session thing, which was kind of funny. And
Billy, I'm going to wave to everybody.
Oh. Are you there? Okay.
Before I change.
Yeah, Kit can't start for a few minutes because she's been working on the bees. Yeah, look at that.
Hi.
Yeah, we're doing a split. So this is the only time we could do it. So she's been out there trying to get because you got beehives, and then if they make extra queens, you can put some in another hive and double the hive. So that's what she's doing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'm all set now, so I'm going to go get ready and come join y'all.
Okay. Yeah, just turn the mic off till you're ready.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. Got a lot of stuff going on, and also the bees. Been dealing with the bees because the colony's been growing, and we were worried they're going to swarm, and that's fine. But then the whole half of the hive goes away. So if you get them right before they swarm and put them in another hive with some queen, move the queen over there, and there's queen cells in the first one. It's kind of complicated. Then you can split your hive. They looked like they were starting to swarm yesterday. There was a bunch of them were starting to pile up. I'm like, oh my God, I think they're about to swarm. So I took a water hose, stood a bit further away, and was like sprinkling water on them so they would think it's raining. And then they all went back in the hive. So I held it off for one day. I've also been, oh my God, there's so much going on. I've also been working on a new video, which is taking forever. It's one of those videos where there's like a million freaking edits in it, and oh my God, and I had to write a little piece of music to demonstrate something, and then last night I wanted to show some things with some background vocals. I had to sing new parts. It's like I get this idea in my head about what I'm going to make a video about, and then it's like, sure, and then you get into it and you go, oh my God, I gotta do all these shots. Anyway, that's what's going on. I thought I would have it ready for today, but a bunch of stuff came up, and had some dental work done, and had to move the appointment. Just crazy stuff. I also had to work on a Mike Clark Jr. mix. Mike Clark is, they call it Southern Soul. It's kind of like that boots on the ground type stuff. And so this is like this first single for a major label. It's on Atlantic Records. That came up, and I didn't realize they were in such a rush. So I spent a lot of the last couple days going back, and there's a million tweaks because there's so many people involved. So I had to do that. I did want to say I've been getting a lot of emails and messages from people, some people that watch the stream, other people that look at my videos, and people have been reaching out trying to communicate with me. And I literally sometimes am right there about to reply on the on the Messenger app or with an email, and then something comes up. So I've not gotten back to anybody, and there's been some people that requested for a couple things. I've just not been able to get to it because it's been rather freaking crazy. So that's leading to today, and so today what my plan was just to show off this guitar right here. So I got this, and I showed this I think last week. I picked this up in a thrift store. This is a 1960s Sears and Roebuck electric guitar. Some people call it a Silvertone. It's not really a Silvertone. And it looks almost exactly like my first guitar. And I'll pull up that picture in a little bit. The only difference is the headstock, but basically this is like my first it looks like my first electric guitar I ever had when I was like 13 years old or something like that. And I got it for $169. These normally sell from anywhere for $250 up to $500. So my plan had been that I would just mess around with this a little bit today. And then last night, I actually came up with an idea. Oh, let me see if I can get a better shot of it here. I love this guitar. This thing's so cool. I mean, it's got issues, you know, because it's a cheap guitar and it was built back before most of you were born. That is depending on how old y'all are. But last night, with this idea, and I thought, oh, that might actually be like a song. And so now I'm gonna lay down some ideas. I don't know the ultimate song idea, but I'm gonna try it if I can remember all the parts, because I kind of changed it. Hold on, this gate thing. Hold on a sec. This gate on this mic is acting weird. Let me reset this damn thing. Hold on. Okay. Come on. Yeah, the infrared sensor on this thing's been acting up. Anyway, before I start playing, oh, I see El Scene is here, and oh, Michael Hennessy is here, and let's see, Paul is here, and yeah, I think that's everybody that's commented and all that. So I'm gonna, I just gotta remember my arrangement here, because I did a scratch without a click track. I wish I'd use a click track, because I actually like the scratch part, but it's not right. I don't know. Maybe I'll just use it. But I'm going to try re-recording the main part here. And, you know, but it's... Oops, why am I not hearing anything? Oh, here we go. I guess before I start recording, I'll show you the details of it. Hold on. Let me bring this camera around over here. It's got these funny... let me move this damn piece of paper here. So it's got, you know, switches for the pickups, you know, like if this is forward, it's the front pickup. And then you got this one for the rear pickup. And it's got a volume for each pickup and then a tone for overall. And of course the whammy bar, which I don't want to mess with because I've never really worked with a floating bridge before. So it's hard to keep tuned. But, you know, it's cool. It's like, that's the front pickup, the neck pickup. Here's the bridge pickup. A little more twangy. So I'm gonna double the part. I've got this little strumming part, and I'm gonna double it. And I'll probably switch the pickups when I'm doing that. Oh, let me turn off this camera for a second here. And I'll make this one a little bit bigger. And, you know, this might turn into an actual real song here. There's one chord I keep screwing up on, so let me turn this off here. Oh, let me turn my click on. Something like that. Something like that. This damn chord here, I keep messing up when it's an awkward position. Actually, I'm a little out of tune again. Damn it, I tuned this thing right before the stream. But I'm gonna turn my click up. And I got like a classical guitar part that I started messing with. I just wish I had recorded the scratch track with a click. I just used that, but it was a little messed up. I'm gonna go ahead and do the double part. So this will be Sears. I'm gonna say this is the neck pickup, and then I'm gonna do the next one. And what I'm doing here, this is just going straight into my Avalon VT737 mic pre. It's got the like a little instrument input, so it's like working like a DI. I'm just going into there. I'm adding a little bit of high end because the guitar is a little dark. I think maybe because the electronics are old and, you know, who knows. But I'll try doubling that. This all may end up getting redone, too, at some point, just because I'm not totally sure about the arrangement on here. Okay, let's see. Was I saying? Oh, yeah, right here. What? Okay, so I'm going to switch to the neck bridge pickup. Now this gate is not turning off. There we go. I'm going to have to punch in that E minor chord. It's just such an awkward... I could put it somewhere else, but then it loses the whole movement there. Yeah, it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? It sounds better than I expected it to. That's just going straight into the Avalon. I barely... What did I do? I boosted some 10K and... I boosted a little 3K. I wanted to boost something higher, but there's not really actually much above that frequency-wise. So I just kind of left it there. No compression. And the other thing is I'm playing with my finger, which I don't normally do. Like with a pick, it would be more like a... But with a finger, it's... I'm trying to learn how to do that more because I'll be like watching somebody play that I really like, and I'm like, man, they're like Jeff Beck, of course, like not, you know, And it's like, I like that tone. It's just a little harder to control. But this damn chord. All right, let me punch those in there. It's fine. Like I said, I'm not sure. Of course, I'm saying that it's like if I... So in this thing, like, oh, this is just like the demo, right? You know, oh. But then if I don't do a good job and I want to use it later, it'll be like, oh, I should have done it better, which is like what happened last night. So let me just punch in some of this shit. Where was it? Oh, where's that damn chord at? That one's not bad. Next time around. Right there. It's just, I don't know what it is, man. All right, I'm going to punch that in. I was practicing it earlier, and I actually, it's like before I started streaming, I was getting the chord, but then I start streaming and I keep missing the damn chord. This guitar doesn't stay. It is a cheap guitar, so tuning is... Okay. I think it's the other guitar. I'm just gonna switch pickups and do it again there on the other track. Yeah, that was the other guitar. That's much better. I also need to let those strings ring open more, and I know I screwed it up over here. It was yeah, actually I want to punch in after it because I was rushing because I got a little flustered. I can do it better. Oh, fuck. Shit. I'm even putting my hand in place ahead of time. I'm still screwed up. Yeah, okay, that's good. Now, there's a couple other spots. I just need to get that damn chord. My fingers, you know, I got small fingers, okay? Right there. Let me get that one. And I'm trying to not stress about the tuning so much because you know, I guess the thing with this guitar that got me thinking about like some of my older demos that, you know, pulling up the old tape machines or the old reel-to-reel tapes and listening to them. And, you know, they're cool songs, but the tuning was sometimes a little out. It's actually partially what my new video is about, tuning. It's about a bunch of stuff, but part of it is about tuning. And I just want to, like, not stress out about tuning so much. It's all right if it's a little out, as long as the vibe's good. At least that's what I'm going with right now. Now I want to get the ending again, and I'm going to turn off the click because I want it to slow down just a little bit. So let me get this over here. I thought that sounded good there. Yes, I did. I've actually named the tracks Bridge and Next, so when I switch, hopefully I'll remember to switch. But yes, I did. Thanks for asking. Oh yeah, well, actually, I got to switch because now I'm going to go back to the bridge pickup. Yeah, I'm going to punch in the same spot and drag that one out a little bit. Yeah, so you can see the tone's different. Okay, here we go. In there. Something like that. I think that's all good. Let me listen down to it and see if there's any punches. I got a classical part. Hold on. Oh, and I did go and rescue my Silvertone from the other studio, and I'll show. I actually have a hollow. I think I showed that on Saturday, and I opened it up. It doesn't work. I actually opened it up, and I'll show you the inside. I'll show you the inside of this guitar a little later. It's absolutely like, what the hell? But I think there's some components that need to be replaced. Maybe some of y'all will know what I need to do, but I want to get that one working. Okay, let me listen to this. Weird here. What was that? Maybe I shouldn't let those other strings ring right there. I've got the E ringing when I go to that F. Like I got the. I think I'm gonna. Yeah. Shit. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, I can loosen that up a little bit. Let me try that again. Let me do that. I think that's better. Yeah. I just don't want the E ringing when I hit that F. But I did rush it. But I just like that tighter sound. This funny thing is, like when I did the demo last night, I threw the idea down really quick. In a lot of ways, it was better. But it was the timing. I just threw it down and, you know. Okay, let me do the same thing there. Just a little cleaner on that F right there. Let's get that. I'll turn off the click. much better. And then there was something, well, let me roll on. I think the rest is good. El Pusa says, was the Sears and Roebuck ghost built by Most Right? It looks a lot like a Right. I was researching this guitar, and it's interesting. You'll see other people selling it. Some people call it a Silvertone. It's not, though, because the Silvertone was made by I think Dan Electro, and they're very different guitars. But there was a bunch of different types of Silvertones and then different versions of the Sears and Roebucks. And then there was another one. Like Sears was selling these guitars. But yeah, there's a lot of confusion about who built the guitars and did they switch manufacturers during a certain year or whatever. I couldn't figure out how to figure out the exact year. This guitar was built late 60s into early 70s. Because it, like I said, is almost exactly like the one I had when I was 13 in the 70s. That would have been at the tail end. And I got it used. I don't even know where I got it from. And I don't know what happened to it, like an idiot. But, yeah, there's a lot of them are very, very, very similar. And that's the thing that's kind of interesting about it. I just can't. I've been looking for something like this for years in thrift stores. Used to see these all the time. And then when I started looking for them, it's like that you just don't, I couldn't believe I found this, you know? And it was in a thrift store where everything was really expensive. And then there was this one booth and everything was kind of cheap. And they had like a couple like, copy guitars, they're all right. There's a little classical guitar I thought about getting. And I saw this in the corner and it said $169 and there's an amp in there and I hooked it up and it works. Like, I'm getting this sucker, man. I want to get the beginning, just the vibe could be a little better on the first track. But yeah, there's a lot of mystery around these guitars, It's weird. All right, I do need the click on. Hold on. Let me get this. Oh, here we go. All right, I don't want to get too anal about it. Now I'm hearing other stuff. Hold on. Damn it. Got to switch pickups. Oh, do I have this? Oh, there's Kit.
Twitch is twitching. I'm having trouble getting ready.
Oh, Mr. Biggie Wiggy says that microphone is crisp. Are you talking about my vocal mic? And hold on, I'm going to switch over here and set something up that I meant to do before. I was scurrying,
I was
scurrying around earlier, and then I had to go and watch a little bit of the bee hive split today. So yeah, hopefully we'll end up with a lot more honey. Let me get this little punch in right here.
We'll see, but at least I'll have 2 colonies.
Hell yeah. Let me get this punch. I am going to put the click on. Here we go. I am going to put the click on, I swear. Yeah, it's all right. I think I was rushing a little bit. Fuck it. Let me just do it again. Damn it. That was better. Okay. Now, I actually have another part that I want to do with this, but like I said, my original intention with the stream was to just play this guitar and screw around with it. I am going to come back to it. But then, like I said, late last night before I went to bed, I came up with this idea. And then this morning I was scrambling, and I kind of got this idea for classical guitar parts. So I'm going to switch over to classical, at least put down that idea. Damn, it's this lab microphone, a new thing to knock off. I only have it on just in case I get up and walk away somewhere. But I'm going to go ahead and put down this classical guitar part so that I can make sure that the other electric part is going to be right. So let me do that. Kit, while I'm doing that, hold on. Are there any Kappa? Oh, Smokesman says I found a 12-string Kappa years ago. Need some work, some time repair, the bridge repaired. God, I have an old Dan Electro 12-string, which is great. I wish I had a 12-string acoustic. Yes, definitely rain song vibes for sure. Definitely. It just kind of fits my mood lately. I've been feeling a bit blue. Yeah. Mr. Wiggly, he never did say which microphone he was asking about. It was crisp. He must be talking about the vocal mic. Yes, very Zeppelin. Although it's going to go in a different direction here. All right, so hold on. Let me switch over to my classical guitar, and I'm going to get out my ribbon mic here.
Yeah, Twitch has given me... Oh, I just don't even figure... I'm having trouble figuring this out.
What's it doing?
Well, I need my mod view, and now, for some reason, when I hit mod view, it takes me to an empty screen that says ready for widgets, and I'm trying to figure out how to get back to my regular mod view. I might have to... Well, I don't know if...
Hey, a.k.a. Mixmaster? Oh, yes, also Kiss Me, definitely Sixpence None the Richer. It's a little bit like that too. Yeah.
Well, let me at least get YouTube going.
Okay, let me go ahead and get my classical guitar out here.
How y'all doing? I can't see your chat yet.
See the chat?
I was telling them I can't see the chat yet.
On Twitch?
On anything yet. I'm getting there.
Well, maybe if you weren't spending all that time screwing around with the bees.
Yeah, and maybe if Twitch wasn't being a itch.
Okay. Now, let me leave that. Okay, whoops.
Yikes.
I hope I remember my part here. I figured this out literally right before the stream. Oh, let me move. I think that's cool. Angle this a little bit. Yeah, so I'm using the Royer ribbon mic. Oh, I do want a little more reverb on this. I'll turn up the you know what? I am going to lengthen the reverb a little bit here. Just a little bit something there. And I'm going to go to here. Oh God, what did I play? I think I remember what I did. Shit. What was my idea? Do I want to do this with a pick or my fingers? I'll try it with the fingers. I just got to remember what the hell I did. Let me just try something here. I can go back and listen. I just want to do it with see if I can do it from memory. Oh, those could be panned a little bit more. got to tune something. That's kind of like that. Or something like that. I had like literally 15 minutes to work out an idea. And the guitar went out of tune. Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, everything went out of tune. I did tune it. Come on, man. It is a cheap guitar. It was yeah, something like that. Wait, why am I not hearing? Something's weird in my headphones. I'm not hearing everything. Oh, Jesus! No wonder. Okay, I don't even want to say. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I was gonna go, I'm not gonna work out this whole idea. I just want to make sure it's gonna work with the other idea. And I do think I'm gonna use the pick. Oh God. But I think it's a cool idea. I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be vocals in this song, but these are the parts I hear so far. But man, it keeps going sharp on me. Okay, here we go. That's right. Oh fuck! What was the idea? I go da 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 da. Yeah, I just think I got to keep it simpler. Yeah. But we're in an E minor. Can I do that? Can I do that? No, it's definitely. Gonna punch that in there. Be here all damn day. Yeah, right there. Shit. it was, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I had a almost something like that. I'm not going to try to get it perfect. I'll be here all damn night, but yeah, I'm just switching to the wrong damn place. I gotta go. What is my first chord? Damn it, I'm sharp again. Damn guitar is like flipping on me. Does anybody else have that where the guitar goes sharp as the more you play? Doesn't it seem like it should go flat? Like you're pulling on the strings? But my guitars always go sharp the more I play. I guess I'm heating them up because I'm so hot. I mean, I do have a lot of energy.
So hot.
Well, I know that's what you think. You're a weirdo. Yeah, I'm not even going to say. Never mind. I was just thinking about something you said the other night or morning or something. I don't know. God, everything's going sharp. I even got the air conditioner on in here.
Will that help your guitar not go sharp?
I don't know why the air conditioner would make it go sharp. It should be the other way around. God dang it. Damn, come on. There we go. God dang it, man. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go.
Mixmaster was just hanging out in the control room there.
What now?
Mixmaster asked where it was stored last.
Oh, in the control room. I just hadn't played it in a while. You know, it's these nylon strings are really weird. You know, they behave strangely. All right, let me get this punch. Yeah, fuck. Oh, that's it. Oh. God damn, man. This guitar's hard to tune. I need a better...
LCN asks, could the neck be slightly bowed?
Oh, it probably is.
And Blower points out that the really old nylon strings can wear out.
Yeah, they're not crazy old, but I think it's also I just think the intonation is a cheap guitar. It's like I think the intonation just sucks. I just need to go. I just need it. There we go. So that's good there, but I do need to go. Yeah, I gotta, normally what I do is I'll just punch and punch and punch, and then once I figure it out, then I'll practice it and I'll either keep it or I'll do a whole, like, I'll make a whole performance out of it. But right now, it's just like trying to. So I go. Yeah, so I want to select. Yeah. Fuck. Shit. Yeah. That's all. And that's as far as I've gotten on this part. But let me. Now I'm gonna put this off for a second, because I'll sit here forever. I'm just trying to work out the basic ideas here. I know I kind of had this idea about like the next time around, and I started to work it out, and then it was time to stream. But I do know I want to get this little picking thing on the Sears guitar. I'm going to switch back to that. Oh, and I'm actually going to run it through my amplifier. That was the other thing I wanted to test on here. Using it through the amp. So I'm going to run this into... Let me turn this off. Let me run my amp tracks up here. I did prep those. So I'm going to go turn the amp on, and I'll show you what I'm using. Let me walk in there with the amp, and I think I got my lav working here. Check, check. We getting a signal there? Oh, yeah. All right, let me grab this camera. All right, we're going in. Oops, hold on. I'm tangled up here. Camera's tangled up. All right. Oh, let me switch over to my gear camera.
Hey, Billy.
So we're going to go back into the amp room.
Oh, you can't hear me when you're doing this, can you?
And...
Nope. Okay.
Which is a mess right now. My amp room is a freaking mess. Oh, my God. It's just, yeah, as you can see, just, good Lord. Just stuff. But I'm going to use the Fender Blues DeVille here. And what I'm doing is I've got an SM57 here in the front. And then I've got a 414, an AKG 414 right here. And that is set at such a place where it's completely out of phase with this mic, and then I just flip the phase on the mic pre for the 414. And then in the back, I've got a 421, my normal rear mic thing here, and you stick a mic in the back of the cab. You got to make sure to throw that out of phase from the front mic. Also to make it thinner. And I'm getting my signal in here by running in through one of these, what is this, radial boxes here. So there's like another one of these in the other room. Oh my God, the cable just fell out. Hold on. So you can like extend a long signal. So there's another one of these boxes in the other room, and then you extend it with a, you extend it with a mic cable, and then it comes out here, and then it goes into the amp. So that's what I'm using. So I'm going to use this. Oh, I got to turn it back. Okay, it's not on standby. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go back in the other room. And I might do the MIDI guitar later, if I have time. All right, let me put this here. I think that's a good spot right there. All right, don't trip on the camera cable. Now, let me get back to this mic.
Yeah, actually, where'd it go? There was
All
a
right.
question. Billy, for someone
now we're going
recording-
to the amp.
Can you not
So
hear me?
let me arm these tracks. So I've got all three of those
Billy
mics
can't
coming
hear me.
into here.
Can y'all hear me?
And, oh, hold on. I got to plug it to the box.
I'm just...
Alrighty.
check.
I don't even have a part worked out for this. I just know
Can
I
y'all hear
want
me
something
now?
kind of like high and picking on it. I just vaguely have an idea. That's why I didn't want to get too far with the classical guitar.
Billy,
Oh.
can you hear me?
No, I had the speakers off. I was like, why am I not hearing anything? What?
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so they could hear me, but somebody had a question. For somebody recording everything themselves at home, what's the biggest mistake that can make tracks feel amateur even when the playing is good?
The I mean, I don't know. It's like that kid. I don't want to say who it was, but that kind of comes back to that conversation we were having. You know, with the other person and then the other project, and you know, and these are people who are really good musicians, but it's one of those things. There's a lot. Boy, that's a deep one. That's like a packed question. It's like there's a lot of things that could go wrong or that could cause it to sound amateurish. And that's because there's a lot of different ways you can produce music, you know, at home or whatever. And it's, boy, to use a click or not to use a click, or when you redo things. And it's like, it's kind of one of those things you just have to do a bunch of fucking stuff. I think, and I wouldn't say this is the biggest thing, but one thing I think is that people try to make it too perfect. You know, it's like, and they spend too much time. It's like, you just got to get the vibe right. The vibe is the main thing. Because even an amateurish thing like that, Bon Iver, I think he was the one. Was he the one who like did his first album sitting in a cabin and he had like a 57 or another cheap mic and an 8-track, and he didn't know what he was doing, but he just layered it on and it sounded amazing. It actually sounds kind of amateurish in a way, but it sounds fucking amazing too because it's got the vibe. I don't think there's one answer. I just think you got to do a lot of stuff, you know, and make sure, you know, I mean, okay, make sure your guitar is reasonably in tune. Okay, that's the main thing. You know, make sure it's pretty good in tune, and you know, make sure that. Another thing would be like trying to do too much, like when you're arranging, like when you're trying to figure out how to put a bunch of instruments together. One of the mistakes I see people do is they're putting a lot of instruments in there, but they're all in the same frequency range. I notice this mostly when people are adding a lot of keyboard parts on. They'll have a bunch of keyboards and they're all like in this one range. Like put one an octave up, one down here, and all that. Trying to cram too much stuff into the same frequency range. But I don't know if I could say. Like with me personally, I had a studio and I was doing professional work, like people were hiring me, but for my own music, it's a different thing. And I had people coming in working on stuff. But I think my main thing is I was always trying to make it too perfect. And it just never had the vibe. I was missing the whole vibe component. That would be like the main thing.
Some suggestions from Chad are a bad mix, bad miking, tracking too loud or too quiet.
Well, I don't know about that.
Sure
I mean, you know, because I
room.
mixed a couple things recently where the weight, like the record levels were like, fuck, I was like, is there anything on this track? And I'm like, oh, I had to like increase the zoom on the waveforms to see even, I was like, oh my God, they track this shit at this insanely low level. And it's actually something that's going to probably be on the radio. And it sounds good. I had to do, you know, did thank God for clip gain and stuff. But yeah, I mean, probably tracking too loud is worse than tracking too quiet, you know, because when you're tracking too loud, then you're clipping and it's all fucked up sounding. But I don't know, man. It's like, you know, somebody sent me an album recently I guess it was like a year or so ago, and they're like, "What do you think?" And it was kind of like, "Well, kind of late to ask me now. You already did the album." But this person did country music and kind of more indie country music, but it was weird. It was like, I know who this person is, and they play acoustic guitar, and I'd done some recording with them. They went with somebody else the last time, but I couldn't hear any acoustic guitar. This person is a singer-songwriter, and they occasionally have a band, but it was mostly electric guitar, and it sounded like a drum machine. It was either a drum machine or a really boring drummer that had been, like, quantized, right? And it just sounded like a kind of an all-right demo, but the stuff I'd recorded them a while back, and it was just a quick thing, but it had a lot of vibe because it was real. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing, like, oh, we're going to be professional now. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. It's like, be who you are. Be honest. Like, be the thing. Be who you fucking are, which in itself is something to figure out. But I think in a weird way, trying to sound professional is what makes you sound not professional. There we go. How about that? I like that answer. Write that down, Crystal. I'll make a whole fucking video about that. Trying to sound professional is what makes you sound not professional.
I'll text it to you.
You know? And I can't tell you how many projects I've worked on where mistakes were made, like, and I'll go back to the old Yin Yang Twins thing, like the song, I think it was By Myself, and when we were mixing it, Collie Park, like the vocals sounded god awful. He's like, I don't know, but we mixed it, and I did all this work, and then he went home and called me up and was like, oh shit, I had the microphone turned backwards, and they'd been like rapping in the closet, so we were actually picking up the sound of their voice bouncing off the back of the closet in the mic. I was like, shit, you want to have them redo it? And he's like, it sounds pretty good. And it was a lot of EQing I had to do, but the thing was, the vibe was great. The vocals sound terrible, and if you actually listen to now with all the work I did, not great sounding vocals, but you know, it's the Twins, and they're like, yeah, and they did their fucking thing. They are who they are, and it was real, right? But I think like with people trying to sound professional, they're sticking auto-tune on shit, and they're, these fucking plugins like Vocal Align. Why would you want to align your fucking vocals? Unless you're absolutely off, why are you aligning your vocals? What's the fucking point of doubling them if everybody's exactly in tune on time together? Why don't you just do one fucking vocal? What's the freaking point? You know, it should be a little off, right? And then it all just sounds like fucking boring ass crap, in my fucking opinion. But
hey, Billy? Sorry, just on your OBS chat on the screen, go click the arrow on the YouTube chat.
Go click the arrow?
Look at the bottom of the YouTube chat.
Oh, what?
You scroll back and it stopped. It doesn't update.
Hold on. Okay. Is it? Oh, you know what? It might be. Hold on. Somebody type something. Oh, it's over here. Oh, wait. Okay, I see that. I don't know what that is.
It's chat is paused.
I understand that, but I don't know how to fix it. I see this little button right here.
Can you click the arrow? That's generally...
No.
You can't?
No.
Okay.
It hates me. Hold on. I'm just going to retype in the address. It's there has been some weird stuff happening. Hold on. It might make everything, the previous chat, go away. Is that a bad thing to do right now, Kit?
I mean, it's 6 1/2 a dozen.
Okay, hold on. Let me try this. Let's see what happens. Because you have to like copy. Did it refresh? Mm-mm. Hold on, let me go to another window. Okay, back. I see a blue arrow. I don't know what to do. Hold on, let me try it like this. This is weird. Oh. Okay. Okay, now. Hold on, it's going to take a while to update in OBS over here, I think. The blue arrow. I see the blue. Are y'all seeing the blue arrow?
Yes.
I see it too. I can't click it.
Okay, if you were able
wait.
to
Wait. Let me try it over on the Mac. You guys got to realize I'm on 2 different computers. Okay, now that damn blue arrow's still there. Oh, this is maddening. Hold on, let me try. I don't know why this would have anything to do with it, though. No, this doesn't. Okay, let me try it here. Does this window affect what that window sees? See, what I'm doing is I've got chat in OBS open here so I can see it, and then I copy the address of that into a browser function in OBS. Sorry, we should be playing guitar right now, but I can't. Hold on. Is it still stuck? Has it moved?
Nope.
You son of a... Okay, let me try this one more time. I'm going to copy this address again. Copy current address. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click here. And then I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go... Oh, hold on. Let me get my other keyboard because that is on the PC. Boom.
Don't know what to tell you, love.
Yeah, I see this fucking blue arrow, but I don't see a blue arrow any... Oh, maybe... Oh, wait a sec.
Wow, just lost my OBS feed. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, no.
Electronic Music Art Collective suggests refreshing the chat on OBS.
I don't know how to do that.
F5.
F5. I'm clicking it. Hold on. Actually, hold on. Let me look at this. This is never... I've actually had this happen before, but we were able... Let me go... let's see. Shut down source. Refresh browser when scene becomes inactive. Okay, I'm going to click this button right here. Oh. There we go.
There it is.
Oh. Well, okay. I'll leave that clicked from now on. It was an OBS. There's a thing in there that says it'll refresh the button. Okay. Sorry about that. How long was it stuck for?
I actually am not sure. Somebody pointed it out to me. We have alternative meanings for OBS. Only bloody stuck.
Yeah.
And only broken sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're all set now.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Silent. So you got a mix as an MP3. Okay. I'm back. I do know that I think I need to distort this guitar part a little bit. I don't even know what I'm going to play, but hold on. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me go back in there. I do want to do something here, though. Let's see. If I got this screen here, I didn't have much time to set up any damn... Oh, where's my Logitech? Oh, so if I turn off... Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go... I got to go do something in there. Hold on.
Are you bringing us with you again?
Yeah, I'm going to bring you with me, but I got to turn off something over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to put this mouse back because I'm on two computers and... All right, give me just a sec here. I'm going to turn on my lav. I think the lav should be on now. Let me go back and work on this guitar tone just a little bit. And, oh, let me bring this with me.
We don't. Oh, I was about to say we don't have the video feed, but there it is. It was just dark.
Okay, I think you should be able to see everything because I can't tell what you're seeing in here. I'm just pointing the camera in a direction here. So I'm going to just plug into the amp and try to get I wanted a little more distortion on it. I've not recorded this guitar through an amp before. I've never recorded it at all before except last night. Oh, there we go. Whoa, why is it dying out like that? That's weird. Put a little reverb on it. I'll go with that. All right. Then let's plug this back up. And we'll go in the other room. Let's bring this with us. All right, were you able to see and hear everything?
I don't know if we were seeing everything, but we could hear you and we could see some of it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now, whoa. Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
Adjusting my gain. Now the amp's louder, so I'm trying to remember. I wrote down a piece of paper, but I didn't really. Oh, wait a second. I'm looking at the wrong damn thing. So it's going, the 57 is going, I think it's going into that one. Hold on a sec. So that's all three mics together. And so here it is, just the 57 is this. Boy, it's still... Oh. I was adjusting the wrong mic pre. So that's the 57. Yeah, everything's got to come down. That one, hold on. The 414's going into the Focusrite. I got to turn everything down. And then my germanium. Okay, so that's the 57. And then the 414, which is just further out, is this. A little more roomy, not that there's much room sound in there. And then the 421, which is in the rear, is this. And then that gets blended. So I know I'll probably use like the 57 and the 421. So here's the 57 without the rear mic. And then with the rear mic. Of course, not as loud, but it just brings this nice full low end to it. And then if I bring in the 414, here it is without it. But I bring it in. I don't know if I'll use all of them, and I don't even know what the hell I'm going to play. So I do know I need a bunch of reverb on it, though. That's for sure. I want it to be really reverbed out. And then I want some delay on it. And I got to actually figure out what the hell I'm going to play. But I hear a sound. Definitely not as much delay. Turn that motherfucker down. Okay, let me just play through this damn thing and see if I had an idea in my head, and I don't know if I remember any of it now, so let me just try it here. Where's my classical guitar? Oh, right, let me put the classical right here. So it's like... Not that track. This guitar just doesn't have enough drive on it. Hold on, let me grab... my mind is telling me Big Muff.
This is kind of making me think a little bit of Entropy, which is nice.
Yeah, kind of. I just the only thing about the classical guitars is it's sounding too much like Ivory Soap or something like that, or like
Ivory Soap.
Yeah, like oh.
I know I'm not following.
Like this is good for your skin. Like some goddamn fucking commercial or something like that. Is it too soft?
I guess I get what you're asking.
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab my Big Muff.
I got all kind of stuff going on over here.
All right, gonna try the Big Muff.
Everybody likes a Big Muff, eh?
Probably a terrible idea, but yeah. All right, hold on. It is a low output electric guitar though, so it's like it's not driving the amp quite enough. This will damn well drive it for sure. God dang it. Let me put it right here. And all right, I'm gonna go in here, and then hold on, let me turn off these. Oh, it's just gonna be loud now. Jesus. Oh, dude, I can hear it through the freaking. Oh, I didn't close the damn door. No wonder. Oh.
That'd do it.
I mean, I guess I could just be using a software plug-in amp too, but I just wanted to use all the old stuff. I like that a lot better, but it's got to be way quieter. One thing, this guitar does not have any sustain. Not like my other guitars. Okay. All right, something like that is what I'm thinking. Yeah, intonation's out. Oh my God. Let me just adjust the bridge here a second. I adjusted it some when I bought it, but I know it's got to come back a little bit more. Oh wait, I was using. Oh. It's one thing they got the bridge. It's like to the dang screws that's behind the dang bridge, like the bridge is in the way to get the screwdriver in there. So it's a little awkward. But I do know I got... Freaking Phillips head.
I just realized I've been sitting here responding to somebody and my mic was off. Oh well.
Okay, let me just get this little thing here. God dang it. Okay, I just hear a little something like that in the background. Something like that. Yeah, that's one thing about this cheap. It's a cheap guitar, so the intonation, that's better. Something like that. Hold on, let me listen to that real quick. I think I'm going to turn off the room mic a little bit here. I'm going to turn that off. Yeah, I just need to go. I guess I will use the whammy bar. Screw it. Yeah, now it's like, damn, see, I use the whammy bar and it throws it out of tune. Yeah, I'm not as crazy about this idea as I thought. I don't know about any of that. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got, though, for this song idea so far. I mean, literally, I just, I feel like I could do something with a whammy pedal, a whammy bar, though. Or a... Yeah, my intonation. Let me pull this one back, too.
I'm assuming Billy told y'all the story of us finding the guitar. Or, I don't know, not so much a story, but...
Yeah, I talked about it. Okay, I'm going to do harmonics instead of playing up there, playing up high. I got to do so. I hooked up the damn amp. I got to do something with it.
Laura asks, what type of connection have you got with the string at the tuner? There is a fold-under technique when stringing up that can lock the string in for whammy.
I mean, let's see. Well, it goes, there's like a little hole back under here. It goes up under here, and then it comes out here.
There it is.
Over the bridge, and then up the guitar. But the whole thing floats. You know, it's like this whole thing's floating right here. And it's actually stayed fairly... Part of the problem is I said, you know, I messed with the intonation a little bit, and I'm kind of messing with it now, and I think I'm getting it better, but I don't know. It's only going to get so in tune for a guitar that's from the 60s that sold for at a Sears. But hold on, I do. Come on! Oh, come on! Come on! So close. All right, let me try this. I don't know if I like all that damn distorted shit in there. I should have gotten there. Some of that's kind of cool sounding in there. I like that. Although I think I'm going to fade it in. Yeah, and then yeah, and then I go ba ba. Okay, I'll do that right there. Da 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 da, bum bum. So I'll do that. Oh shit, was that where it was? Da 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 da. Here we go. Yeah, it was that. Hold on. Close. Some of that shit's kind of cool. I like some of that. So I'm going. Oh, I gotta go. How do I get to an A? Oh. No. Yeah, go. Yeah, that's what I need to do there. So I'll go, okay, so I'll be, I'll go. Oh, shit. Punch in. Oh, I gotta go. Yeah, because then we're on the A. I wish I could get it. Da 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 da. Yeah. Close, close, close. But I like the harmonics. I'd probably have to go through and tune notes for it, but something like that's kind of cool. I don't like that. I wish I could get to a D sharp. I'd have to tune something. God dang it. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Hold on. Let me think about this. If I start tuning my harmonics. I once had this band in the studio. I'm not going to say their name. They're the band that I yelled at on the phone at the pool party that time. You remember that? Yeah. Anyway. And the guitar player was just god awful. And what I would do is I'd have him play a bunch and then he would leave and then I'd just redo his guitar parts. But one time he's like doing these little harmonic things and I thought, oh man, those are like the wrong notes. I said, hey, just play a bunch of stuff. And then after he left, I went through and played a very specific harmonic melody where I had to retune the guitar to even play the notes. And then then when he heard it, he's just assumed that I had like cut and paste, but it's like some of those are impossible to play unless you retune the guitar.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Yeah, he never noticed that he didn't play the parts.
And that song was heard by
a
quite...
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. I like that. But I'm not phrasing it right. I got to go... It's just a... Yeah, you know what? It's like, I'm trying to do a little Jeff Beck thing, and I've been watching a lot of that stuff where he's playing, and when he strikes the note, he's actually pushing on the bar a little bit, but every time I do it, it just sounds out of tune. I guess that's why he was Jeff Beck and I'm not. I think maybe he'd hit it. He'd start with it pressed down, and then as soon as he hits the note, he lets back up or something. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I'm going to try something here, but I can get it better. I'm trying... I don't want to stop the first note from ringing. God. Actually, the whammy bar seems to be muting the note. I hit it. If I hit it... That's kind of cool. Or I could go... All right, I'm going to try it. I want it up an octave. Hold on. And I don't really know how to do the fake, you know. Oh, yeah, I'd have to go. God, how would you do that? Oh, but then I'd have to hit the whammy bar. God, how the hell would you do that? You'd have to go... Shit. Oh, I can do this. Oh, no, I have to be... Shit. So I'd have to go. That's what I want. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want. There. So I'm gonna go, but I can't let the other note... can't let the other notes ring. I gotta go. Yeah, there we go. What is that chord? Oh, that's an A major. Yeah, but then we're up to like... That's a hard one. I think I just got to do this. I think I got to just take it right up like this. on, let me just punch this real quick. I know what I gotta do. Didn't it punch in? Oh, shit. And then I need that last note to just ring more. I can't do it live. I gotta fake it. But that string just doesn't ring as much. It's, I mean, I tuned it way down to get that note. Try it. I'll punch it in. Yeah, it just doesn't. It's an A, so I would need to hit Can I hit these together? Shit. Oh, shit. Nah, I just gotta hit the one note. Something like that. I'll just gain it up. Shit. Yeah, I do have a volume pedal, but it's in the other room, and it's on Luna's pedal board. Now, my volume pedal sucks. Luna's volume pedal is better, but I don't want to pull it off her board. And then that's a C. So now let me tune this back up. Then I'm going to tune this up to C. Yeah. And then I'll get the C right here. So it'll go... I've never used a whammy bar hardly. I mean, rarely. I've never been a whammy bar guy. But I got to figure out how to. I've watched Jeff Beck do it and listened to him for years, and now I got to go back and watch those damn videos better. Oh, my punch-in's late. Hold on. Try it again. Boom. And then I like that. So it'll be like. So I could go back to that thing when... Maybe that's how I should have done it. The harmonics, that part I was picking earlier. All right, try that. I normally try to have parts worked out for live streams, but screw it. I can run this.
It's been a bit of a scramble, but it always is. Oh yeah, Mixmaster has a good point. Y'all make sure to like the YouTube video, this stream. Hit that like button.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to continue. I'm just going to hit the B now. So it'll be like C down to a B. Something in there, maybe. I think I'm gonna try. Hold on. So that's all cool.
I was trying to figure out why I was hearing the amp through the floor, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, he's not playing. You must have hit the strings.
Yeah, the guitar.
Hey, y'all, check out Mixmaster's thing. It's going to be on, oh shoot, chat scrolled. The Symptoms of Reality Popcorn Night tomorrow on Twitch.
Okay. Got that. I think the other thing is, I think this guitar needs to be going to a different reverb. I'm going to do this. I need more sustain, so I'm gonna add Supermassive. Oh boy, I've never had a plugin that I just keep coming back to so freaking much, man. This is even in their medium setting, like, it's definitely massive, that's for sure. I'm gonna do this reverb instead. This one here's not quite crazy enough, but this will, I think, help sustain the harmonics. There we go. I like those as a basic idea. Now what I'm going to do is, I mean, I think I've kind of figured out some stuff with this guitar here. I might come back to it, but I want to do something here. Hold on. All right, I think this is ready to go.
Hey, Two-Headed Monster Jams. Oh, I hope I said YouTube and not Twitch. Mixmaster's thing is on YouTube.
What is it?
Their song is going to be featured on a program tomorrow, 5 Central Time.
What? Oh, like
The Symptoms of Reality Popcorn Night.
Oh, shit.
That's kind of cool. The Seagull's guitar sound is getting a shout out.
All right.
That's pretty.
Something like that. This the Omnisphere. I'm thinking I should switch. It's a little dark. Let me try that's a little sweet. Let me just...
So, Billy, that's the MIDI guitar. And are you using LA scoring strings?
No, I was using Omnisphere. I'm gonna try LA scoring strings now. Hold on. It's gonna be harder though. Oh, hold on. I need to be on a different setting. Still not. Oh, let me do this instead. Let me just do like a full section. Cellos, is that this? Something like that. Hold on. What? Come on. Yeah. That's one thing in this, like, it doesn't, there's no, like, I like these strings better, but there's no sustain. There's a lot you can, that I know of, that allows me to just let it sustain.
Hey, Chronic Dream.
Hey, man, what's up? Oh, thanks, Chronic Dream. Whoa. Oh, my guitar's out of tune.
That's it, the Fishman.
Ooh. Oh, hold on. What is it tuning off of? Now this is interesting. On certain plugins, the pickup detects which string I'm playing and which note, but the plugin will play in tune. On this one, if my guitar's slightly out of tune, the plugin is slightly out of tune. Yeah, that's weird. I just noticed that. This thing acts very different based on, depending on which plugin I'm using. Wow. But I'm trying to set it up. I'm trying to do this.
Yeah, that's it, y'all. Fishman triple play.
That's what I want to do. But I can't. I got to switch notes really quick because there's no. I don't know if there's a way to do like, to let the strings, the notes hold out. Oh, hold on. I got to turn off this legato thing.
Harry says, yeah, LA Strings does that. But yeah, you've run into...
Oh, shit. Now it's out of tune.
Because LA Strings, part of what makes it great, but also what makes it tricky, is that it'll have people, quote-unquote people, playing that aren't quite right.
Yeah, there like be weird shit in there. All right, let me try recording this little part. I'm hearing a little string part in my head. Hold on. I got to be really accurate on the guitar. Yeah, the sustain's a little weird on this thing too. Something's kind of cool. I got to think about what this song is gonna be. You know.
Michael Hennessy noted that if you do finger picking, it's a little more precise.
Yeah, I actually was on some of it. I was double picking, and then the main thing for me is the sustain. Like if the guitar, if you're doing strings on a keyboard, you just hold the fucking, key down. But on a guitar, if I set the sensitivity up too high, it triggers. So for like in these long notes, I usually have to, I've been using this on some string ideas, but I normally have to go and stretch it out. And it's also when I'm switching from one chord to the other, it's just gone, which is more accurate for like an actual string part. But, if you think about a string with a bow, he can just turn it right back around. Whereas on a guitar, you're moving your hand. So it's, it's a different thing. But that's kind of a cool little part there. Though I do want to go, that's what I should have done. Yeah, I got it. So I should have gone, yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna come in, I wanna go, I wanna go, yeah. Shit, what was it? Yeah.
Thank you, Chronic Dream.
The answer is yes. Billy has done that, mixing music remotely where somebody sends stems, and Billy mixes it and sends it back. That is something that Billy has done. Yes.
I don't know where that note came out of. All right, that's cool. I'm getting better at using this MIDI guitar thing the more I use it. It's just, kind
Harry was noting that it might act a fool with LA scoring strings, that probably the other was...
of... Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Oh, totally.
Chronic Dream was asking, and I said, yes, you do. Have you ever mixed music remotely where somebody sends you the stems and then you mix it and send it back?
Oh, that's most of my work.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of my work. Nobody comes over anymore. Although
Hey,
Collie Park was here the other day.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, Collie Park's going to come over for like an hour. Like, how much tweaking could there be? We did 10 car tests.
Yeah.
Where I bounced it down, and then we did the airdrop thing to his phone. And then he's got his own, he's like starting to master his own shit. He likes it. He calls it his ghetto mastering. And then we run out to the car and listen 10 times. Mm-hmm. And then lots of talking about whatever.
Yes.
I thought he was going to be here like an hour, and he didn't leave till, I was like, I didn't get any, well, but that was fine. But yeah, most of my work is people like sending stuff in. Ain't nobody ever here anymore. Mm-hmm. That's why I started streaming. I gotta, act
Talk
up.
to people.
I gotta say some stupid shit to somebody. Oh, thanks, Chronic Dream. I gotta say some stupid shit once in a while. And if there's nobody here, like there's nobody,
We've all seen the show.
What now?
I said everybody here has seen the show.
The show.
You.
Oh, you mean? Oh, yeah. Ain't nobody coming over for that shit anymore. It's like, boy, I can't wait till people don't come over to the studio anymore. I can just stay at home. And now that it's like that, it's like, oh, I kind of miss it. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. I like this guitar part. I just got to figure out where this song's going to go. I don't even know if I'm going to be doing all this shit. But it's, this is how it is with songs. Sometimes I just got to kind of like mess around with them for a while. I like the basic guitar part in here. It's all right. I would actually spend more time working on the string part, but I got one last thing because I can't stream long today because I gotta work on this video and some other shit. But I do want to come back to the classical guitar and just at least finish the idea. Yeah. See, Elsine was saying about volume. Oh yeah, we talked about the pedal thing. Yeah, I'll probably do something like that at some point. I don't want to get too far into the music till I figure out what it's going to be about. The working title is A Story I Don't Know How to Tell, which is actually kind of funny. I just kind of came up with that idea just right when I came up with it. But I think I'm going...
You just kind of came up with that idea right when you came up with it.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how that works. But I want to finish this classical idea. I just want to finish the idea and then I'll be done. Then I got to get back to working on the video that never seems to... Shit. I was actually going to kind of talk about that today because I got all these extra pictures. Maybe I'll show some of them before I go. I've downloaded more pictures than I ever had before, ever, on any freaking project.
This video is going to be cool, y'all.
Oh, God, but it's taken for freaking ever. It's just stupid. That's where I stopped. So yeah, I'm gonna take this damn lab. I'm not going back in there. I went oh, that's right. That's where I want to go. God, where am I? Hold on. I don't even know where I'm at in the damn chord progression now. Just want to finish this idea. Yay. Okay. What you making there, Kit?
Just a bracelet. Not inspired by the music today, just something I wanted to do.
Oh, there was another thing. The original idea I had, it went... I went. See, originally I was doing it double time instead of all that space. I was going. It was too much. God, what was that original? Ah, fuck, what was it, the idea?
Glad to have you, Photo CDN.
Oh, shit. Oh, then I just, okay, I see what I'm doing. Well, let's just try it both ways, okay, shall we? No, I do need... What the fucking chord am I on right there? Oh, so I've gone, that's when the A minor hits. Yes. And then it's to the G. Okay, yeah, so I gotta go. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna try it like this. Something like that. Just want to get to the end of the idea. Guitar quit going sharp. Just one string did. All right, let me back up. Let me see where I'm at. This is rushed like a mofo here. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, sneaking up sharp on me again. Something like that. Okay, yeah. Oh, you know what? I was using a pick. I forgot. No. And then we're on the E minor. this little top. Let's get that moving. Like that. God dang, it keeps going sharp on me. Michael. I'm close. Oh yeah. I think that's where I went. So I go, God dang it, man. Trying to do. This is gonna be hard to do, but I know what I want to do. So I gotta go. Okay. I'm gonna get it. Now I have it. I can't get my fingers up there. Plus the intonation's out is so bad on this guitar. I'll just try it. God. Yeah. Not capable of playing it, damn it. You know? Yeah, I just can't play it. There's no room up there. They didn't design guitar for this part, at least for not like people like me. I don't know if I want to pick it that way. Yeah, I'm nudging a note. Somebody got something to say about it? Fine.
Not us.
I'm nudging a note. See, I'm a note.
You can nudge all sorts of things.
Oh, God, Crystal.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Somebody's rushing. I just shit back. Get to the tension note earlier. I want to go. That's not what I meant to do, but I like that. Yeah, and then it just diddles on for fucking ever. But I do want to do this. I want to go, I got another idea. And then I'm done, I swear, then I'm done. And then I'll get to work. I'll actually work on something. Okay, so we go. So I gotta go. yeah, that is right. Oh, you know what? This one's rushed. Yep. Too much coffee. Yeah, just let me know some of this shit bag. Okay. I don't know if I need to do it. I'm just gonna do that. Let's try it again. Am I in tune? Here we go. I mean, maybe if I had the click track on, I'd play it a little damn better. Ah, fuck the click track. It's that right there. I'm not getting that right. What did the other one do? The one... Rushing the fuck out of it. I like all that. Let me just get this first part here, and then I'll be done. I swear, then I'll be done. I swear, that'll be it. Twiddly shit. Okay. Listen to it from the beginning, and then whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm crazy about it ending on a like that. That's just too damn happy. I had another ending, I thought. Hold on, let me go back to my scratch part. What the hell did I end it that way when I did the scratch part? That was oh, I did do that. Okay. And these went yeah, it's all right. What do you think, Kit?
I think it's pretty.
Yeah, it's something I came up with this morning. That's not this morning. All right. Well, I think I'm done for now. At least I got the idea down. We played with the Sears and Roebuck guitar and did some other things and the MIDI guitar, and yeah.
If there's any other questions, I do have somebody who's been patiently waiting with a question.
Okay.
If I can get it to pull up, my computer has been, it's struggling. But yeah, we'll get there.
What is it? What are you trying to do? What is the question? How far back?
No, it's in Discord.
Oh.
If I remember correctly, the question is, for your new songs you're recording for your album, do you typically prefer real amps or like, plug-in amps? And this is from Nikki.
Yeah, I just kind of both. A lot of times it's just what I can do as quickly as possible because I want to move really quickly. So on some of them, it's like I do it with a plug-in amp, and then later on I'll come back and add layer on an amp just because at the moment, my main thing is I don't want to like take a bunch of time and think too much. I just want to create. I don't like stopping to think about shit for too long or like screw around with mics and all that. I set all this stuff up earlier today, so I knew I would get more ideas, and once I started playing, it was mostly there. But yeah, it's just whatever. It's more about convenience.
Mm-hmm. How important do you think location is for creating music?
I think it's really important. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing that sometimes, oh, see you later. Bye.
Oh, I was like, who are you talking to? Yeah.
Tap's leaving. It's like sometimes I need a lot of like alone time and to be left alone, especially if it's lyrics and stuff or I'm working out a rough idea. But what's really weird is that sometimes I'll get ideas for a song while I'm talking to other people. I'll actually be listening to another song and get an idea for a completely different song, and I don't even know how that works because I hear this other thing in my head as other music is playing that's completely different. So, but mostly, it just kind of depends. Sometimes there's people in the room. It really kind of depends. Lyrics, I mostly have to be by myself. I like having other people around when I'm working out parts, like in the room with me, like the right kind of people, because sometimes you get something from other people even if you're not looking at them. Or even if they're not talking, you just kind of get a vibe of what people are feeling and all that, and that kind of affects what I'm doing. I'm like, oh yeah, like that's going in the right direction.
I think sometimes that's even psychological. It's like it's not actually anything they're doing. It's just the fact that somebody's listening to you changes the way you perceive it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the main. I mean, I don't know. It's all over the place. I think a lot of times when people ask me questions, I think sometimes that people are looking for these absolutes. And I think I used to be more like that when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I realized like, man, there's like really no absolutes. There's so many things that are just, it could be one way or the other. I used to really kind of stand on these mountaintops and say, this is it. This is the only way it can be. And then I've gotten older, I'm like, nah, actually there's a lot of ways it could be. You could do this, or you could do that. And having been in so many situations where it kind of changed depending on the situation or what the actual goal was, I think the main thing is to be open to getting away from the a rigid idea about things, because I think so many times if you have a rigid idea about what the song's supposed to be or whatever, you actually lock yourself into a box. And I think the main thing is to let yourself get outside of the box. But at the same time, you have to recognize when you're just going down a wasted amount of time. Just like, God, I would spend hours and hours and hours and hours when I knew it was probably, I'm kind of stubborn, but when I knew I should have probably stopped, and I'm better at just saying, and just throwing it away. You get like, oh, I worked on this thing, and sometimes I do that, but usually it's like, hey, if it ain't happening, I move on. But you got to be able to like be adaptable and move to something quickly. And then abandon it if it's not good. And also to kind of like let the song go in its own direction. Sometimes songs kind of, like when I was working with Chris Vermillion a couple of weeks ago and working on a song, both of us thought it's the first song on the project, and both of us thought the whole thing was going to be in this completely different direction. And then he had that beat going, and I picked up the guitar, and he said, oh, kind of do something that's like playing with the drums. And then at the last minute, I just grabbed the slide and started doing something, and it headed off in the other direction. I ended up like recording like live drums on that shit, like banging on these drums, the little kid drums. And it was like not what we planned, but it just something hit me. And now it's like we've had to stop and rethink the whole. He's actually writing stuff right now and coming up with other ideas based off that. It's completely different direction, but we really like that. So
there is inside and outside the box, and then there's the Schrodinger box.
The
Schrodinger.
What's that?
It would be both inside and outside at the same time, because you don't know until you look.
A Keen Makes Music. What's going on? I think that's Keen. Yeah, I don't know. It's just hard to like say what. God, I don't know. It's weird. As I've gotten older, I've gotten where I don't like trying to define things too much. I don't know. It's weird. It all depends too. Like if you're working on like a pop track, right? And it's like, oh, we want to compete with Chappell Roan or something like that. Well, then that's a thing. That's a very specific thing you got to get into. So it's not like you're like, hey, let's put some harmonica on there. I mean, maybe it would work. But with me, I'm just with my own music. I don't really give a damn about that. It's not like I'm going to be competing with Chappell Roan at all. That's not going to happen. So I'm just doing my own thing. So I'm just kind of, it's just whatever. Although with my album as it is now, I did get to a point where I realized, oh, it's more like the movie score music. So I've actually got some other songs that I've started, and you've seen me start some of them on the live streams that will not be on the album because it's not really I am trying to kind of keep it in this kind of area. But I don't, like the thing I just mixed for Mike Clark Jr. At first, I'm thinking of it as an R&B song. And then Collie Park came in, and we were realizing, like, oh, it actually needs to be like a rap beat, but with kind of like R&B vocals on top of it, which is a whole other thing. So we're making this shit hit like it's a fucking club hit, but with all these harmonies on it. So there's like, sometimes you have to think within these like formats, Yeah, you can do anything in pop if you can make it interesting and hooky. That is true. But if you've got a specific part of pop, then it's kind of like, if you're shooting for a certain demographic, then yeah, you got to think about the sound and what it is, But yeah, it can be almost anything. Well, yeah. What, do you know who Mickey Baker was? Mickey Baker. Oh, no. Mickey Baker. Hold on, let me look that up. Mickey Baker. Well, I'll just find out here. Hold on. Put my browser down here. Oh, actually, I was going to show some pictures.
Oh, that's right.
Oh. Was an American musician best known for his studio work as part of the recording duo Mickey and Silva. Huh. Oh, Sylvia. Huh. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll look into this. You know, and speaking of that, actually, I want to let me just bring up some pictures here. I'm going to bring up this thing. So I'm not going to say everything about this video that I'm working on, but there are some pictures in here I find very interesting. I've spent so much freaking time. Part of the problem is because I'm talking about recording in the mid to late 50s and into the 60s, and there's actually not a lot of pictures. Abbey Road Studios took a lot of pictures because they're part of like a big company, like a record label and distributor and all that kind of shit. So I think they thought in terms of like, hey, let's document, you know, what we're doing here. But it's amazing. Like there's hardly any pictures of Rupert Neve as a young man. All of them are old. I just think he didn't think like, why would anybody want a picture of me? I'm a guy who sits there and makes, you know, electronic, you know, audio equipment. Oh, hold on. Let me hook up this other drive here. Hold on just a sec. Get out of here. I got to hook up another drive here. But I just wanted to show y'all some of these pictures.
Meanwhile, I have to go on my my bead hunt. I keep a flashlight around just for that. Because I dropped them. Where the hell did it go?
Oh, interesting. Mickey Baker wrote the complete course in jazz guitar 1 and 2. Zappa and Hendrix learned to play from his books. Oh, wow. It's amazing the people in music who've done some shit and you don't even know who they are, you know. They didn't, you know. Do you know who Lil Peep is? His vocal mixes are interesting. Well, hold on, let me write that one down too. Let me put that here. Lil Peep. Whoops. Now what? When you say that his vocal mixes are interesting, do you mean that in a good way? But anyway, let me come back over. Why is that like that? I had to so this video I'm working on is about why older music sounds the way it does. And, let me do this. Hold on, I'm not ready yet. Let me get this switched around the right way. Okay. Whoops. Let me go like this. Okay, yeah, I can do it like this. So, I've downloaded way more pictures than I'm freaking using in the actual video, just because, oh my God, I was trying to find specific types of pictures, and the problem was just finding the right stuff. So I just downloaded, all of these are ones that are actually in the video. So this is like Miles Davis. Here, actually move my thing here. This is Miles Davis recording in the 50s. I forget the album. God, there was so much research. But what was cool is just like the gear and the settings. That's actually Elvis Presley. Now, there's a ton of pictures of Elvis Presley. When I was typing in recording, I was trying to find pictures of recording sessions in the 50s. And there's hardly really any, like the kind I want, right? I wanted to show people playing. A lot of times you'll see them in the control room or something like that, but actual people. I started to think, it started to seem like maybe the only person that actually recorded in the 50s was Elvis Presley. There's so many pictures, but they would do it live. You see how they're all in the same room together there. And let's see, who is this? This is at Abbey Road Studios. I don't know who the session is, but it was more about just showing the control room. And this is, oh my God, this is Billie Holiday. And, you know, this is, who is that there? Oh, that is Thelonious Monk recording. These are on my video. I forget who this is. This is Yina Sumrak. Sometimes I was just trying. Oh, this is Pink Floyd. This is at, is this Abbey Road? That might be. Because I was talking about during, you know, recording over time. But I just love looking at the older pictures. I like this one of Steely Dan. And, oh, my God, who's the engineer that was working with him? Oh, my God, he's really famous. I just can't place it now. But he's actually in this picture. He's the hand. If you see this hand right here, there's a hand.
That's kind of creepy, actually.
Oh, yeah. But this right here was literally This picture was, I remember as a kid looking at this and it's like, I want to be there. You can tell these guys have been in there for freaking hours working on this shit. And you see how Skunk Baxter's got his feet up on the mixer. I actually kind of do that because now I have a place to put my feet. That's Rush recording at La Studio. This is when they're doing, what is the album with Tom Sawyer on it? But yeah, I love looking at this stuff. This is the Police, probably at, God, the one that was in the Bahamas. Damn, I forget the name. It was George Martin's studio. But yeah, they did a lot of recording. You'll see a lot of pictures where bands are recording and it looks like they're all in bathing suits or they've got shorts on. It's because there was a pool there. There was a pool right outside the control room. They had to close the studio down because there was a volcano that exploded and you still can't live on it. So they had to abandon it. But the way the studio is set up, there's a pool and there's like a studio here and then living spaces here. So people are always out at the pool and they're, hey, come in and track a part. So they'd come in and there's a bunch of these things. And you go, oh, they must have been down at that damn, I forget the name of it now. Air Montserrat. Oh, yeah, not the Bahamas. Yes, Air Montserrat. So, yeah, that's why you see all these pictures. Everybody's in bathing suits. This is Queen. And this is actually at Peter Gabriel's studio. I forget who this guy is. God, I got it written down in my notes. But during their recording Sledgehammer. If you watch the video, well, it'll be coming out. It's somehow or another coming out next week. But it is about the differences in older recordings and newer recordings. I've talked about it before. I go a little more deep. This is more Abbey Road stuff here. And more I think it's all Abbey Road. There's so much documentation. Like, look at this tape machine here. Look at this thing. Look at that. It's probably mono. Look at that. There's one VU meter, so it's probably mono. Look at the size of the thing. It's like a freaking washing machine, you know? And they all wore lab coats, too, you know? This right here, this guy, he is, hold on. Oh, that is Lester Smith, who worked at Abbey Road, and he was credited with, like, basically inventing stuff because back then you couldn't go out and buy a mixer. You literally had to build your own gear for the studio, and he was one of the guys who did all that stuff. And this is a workshop. This is a Neve workshop, the early Neve factory where they were building stuff. This is the inside of the EMI. Which one is this? I don't know if this is the red or the TGG 1, 2, 3, 4. It's one of these. But look at the components in this stuff. It's like, it looks like it's inside a tank. You know, heavy duty freaking stuff because they had to build it and then source it from somewhere. And a lot of the places they're getting their equipment was like industrial manufacturers, you know. This is more, that's, okay, this is Universal Audio. This is Bill Putnam, who also made Yuri and, you know, invented the 1176. This is some of their stuff there. This is the inside of one of the Abbey Road. This is the EMI Red from Abbey Road. That's more of their components in there. Look at that stuff. I mean, look, heavy-duty freaking stuff, man.
This reminds me of when we went to that computer museum and looked at all that cool stuff they had there.
Yes.
A lot of that stuff. The museum had a lot of the early major computers and also some stuff from early NASA. And what was the machine, Billy, that you were geeking out over?
Oh, they had a, well, there were a bunch of them. But they had one of the early Moogs in there, synthesizers. The damn thing was like, but they used it on Brain Salad Surgery. The actual synth they used on Brain Salad Surgery is in this computer museum, which is actually not far from here. It's in Roswell, Georgia. They
changed the name of it. I need to see what that's about.
It's crazy, the stuff that they have in there. It's absolutely bonkers, man. And they have like these Cray computers. Like I remember those things are like the size of this room and all that. Now you probably, I mean, they're probably worth some kind of money, but you can't do anything with them anymore.
It was, I admit, though, a little humbling to go to a museum and then you know, some of the stuff in the museum is computer gear that I bought new.
Okay, this is one of the reasons why I was having a hard time with this video. I wanted to show certain people, and I was like, oh, I'll show Neve through the years. This is the only young picture I could find of Rupert Neve. Everything else, he's like this old man. I just don't think that they thought like, why would anybody want a picture of me? They just don't exist. He did work for the Royal, like the British military. That's part of what the video's about. I talk about that in the video. Thanks, Chronic Dream.
Oh, damn. Mine must be slow.
And so I kind of talk about that a little bit. Rupert Neve actually recorded Winston Churchill's speeches, which is crazy, and built a PA system for Queen Elizabeth. It's kind of crazy. Okay, this is the only other this is a quote-unquote young picture of Rupert Neve. Everything else is like he's an old man. There's some Neve stuff. And then we've got, okay, this is interesting. So I don't know if y'all know what the Spectra C610 and V610 is. These units right here. Where are they? The comp limiters. These are actually renowned pieces of gear. And I wish I had one. I've been able to use them in other studios, but they kind of went away for a while. And now they're back. They're like insanely fast compressors and limiters that can do things that nothing else can do. And he invented these things way back then. But once again, this is the only picture I could find of him that I'm sure it's him. And it's just him at like some sort of convention with his wife. And then I found this one, but I'm like, damn, which one is he? I think it's the guy on the right that's holding the circuit board. The guy on the left looks somewhat familiar, but I put it on like Google image thing and it came up with a bunch of other bearded men. I think he might be with a record label. It was hell. Like most of these pictures these people have no pictures of them, right? And the reason there's ICBM missiles in here, you'll have to watch the video to see why. But he made consoles, but these things right here, they restarted the company and make these again. And one day I'll get them. Then I also talked about Bill Putnam, who created Universal Audio. He had a place called Universal Sound Studios where Frank Sinatra recorded. Did find a picture of him when he was in the military. And he worked with a lot of freaking people. It's freaking crazy, the stories behind it. Yeah, invented the 1176. And then I was like, I wanted to get like this thing about talking about, because back then, if you wanted something at a certain point, you had to build it. There weren't, or unless you could find somebody and say, custom build me a freaking mixer. So it was super expensive. And at a certain point, it got to be like, now the recording industry got big enough where there were actual advertisements. You could buy the stuff. And I like this one here because it's this Langevin. I've heard people talk about it, but I like what it says. At last, an audio mixer for the man who doesn't want to do it for himself. And I was like, oh, wow. It took me weeks and I couldn't find any ads. And then at some point I stumbled across something and I got to this website that had tons of ads I downloaded a bunch of these. There's one for an Altec on here, but I like this Neve ad here. I've got tons of Neve ads. I just love the quality mixer on the rocks are straight up. I've just Tweet Audio. I've heard of these consoles before, and some of these stories are interesting. Like some of these boards, they'd build like 50 of them or 100 of them, and everybody around the world would be like, "Oh, these are the greatest mixers ever." And then they would just there's all these weird stories about, oh well, he overextended the business, couldn't, whatever, or something, something happened, and then they go away and nobody ever hears from them again. But these things were like some great records recorded on these consoles. Never heard of this one. This is an Olive. Oh, Olive. And I was like, what is this? And it turns out that I think one of these was at Caribou Ranch, which was a studio up in the mountains where Elton John and the Eagles, a lot of people would record at. And then the place caught on fire, and they only made a few of these things. But it's like, look at that thing, of course, a Quad 8. I've worked on a Quad 8 before. Those are still around. Then Studers, of course. And then, more Abbey Road stuff. I mean, I've just got, okay, look at this. Oh, yeah, I was talking about lab coats. Yeah, at EMI, at Abbey Road Studios, the engineers wore lab coats. They saw recording music as like they were scientists, right? So they had to wear lab coats. And here you'll see some more engineers in lab coats. Now, there's one person who doesn't really belong there. I don't know if I can figure out who it is, but all I'm going to say is that he's not supposed to be there. This is the back of the EMI Red, I think it was. But look at the god dang. It made me feel a little bit better about the
Your cable management?
cable management. It's like,
Yes.
oh, well, look at that. They got crappy cable management, so I guess it's not so bad.
Those are some monster plugs.
Yeah, everything was very industrial, very heavy duty.
That ain't no 1/4-inch plug.
And, you know, it's interesting. I think it was actually, God dang it. I was going to put him in the video, but I couldn't, the connection and everything. It was the guy who did all the Allman Brothers stuff. His name just went out of my freaking head. He's from the South, but he actually, they say, kind of either invented or pioneered the use of faders. Before that, everybody was just using knobs. This is a Universal Audio mixer from Bill Putnam. That was, you know, this is like a lot of records are made on this thing. Look at that. Crazy. 8 channels. We got an 8-channel mixer. This is a Helios right here, which is another one of those companies. Like people are like, well, I never heard about that. But Queen, a lot of huge records are made on these boards. Very interesting boards. Now, you know, I've actually been in studios where they have like the mic pre's and the EQs they took out, and now they're racked up, which are actually, you'll see plugins for a Helios. They're amazing, aggressive EQs, mid-range, freaking for guitars, great. If you get hold of one of those plugins, they're great. Tom Dowd, you're right. So Tom Dowd. And I was going to put him in here because Tom Dowd actually worked on nuclear stuff. He worked at the Los Alamos for the Manhattan Project, which built the atomic bombs. And then, you know, talking about big studios. Oh, yeah, and then I just got tons of pictures here. This is a Neve console. Neve, actually, somebody was telling me, like, a lot of people didn't actually like Neve consoles for various reasons. So he was, like, marketing them to TV stations and film companies. And then at some point, people started liking them for audio. But when they first came out in the early days, people didn't really like them that much. At least that's what somebody was telling me. And here's the back of it. Look at that. Something that was interesting about the way they were built, I don't quite understand it all, but like in a modern mixer, there's certain power supplies and things that just are for the whole board, but he built these things where each channel was like almost like its own thing. It had its own power supply and everything, which is why you see these Neve modules broken out into racks all the time. This is more stuff at Abbey Road, and just lots of gear. Like I think this is oh, that's inside one of the Spectrasonic 610 compressors, and there's a Quad 8. That's a Trident. Spent a lot of time looking up these old mixers and just lots of electronics because there's a point. You'll have to watch the video, but there's a point that I'm making on this thing. And this is the Neve workroom where they were like actually manufacturing these things, but all hand built. That was the thing. Everything was hand built. There weren't computers to do it. Like you had to have somebody that sat there and put all this stuff together. This is another Neve workshop. And there's Neve. I think that's one of his Focusrite boards, right? Is that what that is? Or it's a 9098i. Is that a Focusrite or is that an AMIC? I'm not sure. And then there's this funny little thing with a little animation I did. I'm not going to say too much about it. You'll have to watch the video to see it. And then let's see, more pictures. Let's see. Oh, those are my pictures. The video will be out next week, and I'll show that. Let's see. And then I got more, let's see, more studio stuff here. I love looking at the old recordings. Like, everybody would just sit up together and play. You can see, like, this guy's here. There's a sax player there, a guitar player. There's a gobo right here. Somebody's over here, another guitar player over there. They just all got together because a lot of times they had to. There weren't that many tracks. Sometimes they'd put like the whole rhythm section down on one track or two tracks. You had one track. Oh, we're going to put drums, bass, piano, and a couple guitars on one freaking track. So they'd mic it. So there's like, that's the sound. That's it. You know? I forget who that is. There are so many pictures. Of course, Frank Sinatra. And he appears, there's a little bit extra of him in this video because there's some amazing footage of him in the studio. The Beatles, of course, and they, you know, mostly, even later on when the Beatles got into 8-track and stuff like that, they'd still mostly pretty much record as a band and overdub like other parts and vocals, but sometimes even the vocals would go down, but they played it, they recorded as a band, all in the room together. These are, let's see, what kind of machines are these? I can't remember. No, these are, I don't know what the make of these are. But there's a lot of stuff with tape machines. A lot of that stuff I couldn't even put in there. There was just too much. This is the Wrecking Crew right here. This was a group of famous studio musicians. Worked on a lot of records. But Carol
Weren't they
Kay
on a lot of the Beach Boys stuff?
Yeah, that's Carol Kay in the front there, who's actually still around. But look at that. Look at that. She's playing right there, and then over here you've got, two acoustic guitar players. And then you got strings here, and you got these gobos. It's all going down right then. Right then. It's all happening. You better have your shit together, right? Here's another Wrecking Crew with, oh my God, the drummer's name. Oh my God, somebody's going to know the drummer's name. I've not been getting enough sleep, but everybody knows who this drummer is. This might be a Beach Boys session. But look at this stuff. Like, what were they doing? They have 3 electric guitar players. Are they all just strumming along together? What are they doing? There's a guy playing some sort of keyboard here, a piano, drums, bass. Looks like there's a baritone saxophone back here. Oh, there's actually a little kid. Is that a little kid standing right there? I just noticed. Hal Blaine. That's right. Hal Blaine played on everything. I mean, crazy stuff. Oh, I'm going to skip this. You guys got to watch the video to see this stuff. Oh yeah, here's some cool tape machines. Oh, and that's another thing. People have been asking, and I can't promise this, but I've been saying that I'm going to do a video where I record a whole song in analog. And that's why I've been working on the studio. I got the 16-track working over here and the mixer and all that. And then I was in Athens at a friend's studio who's got stuff like this. He's got stuff like this, and like 2-inch 16 tracks. He's got stuff like this. Not the same exact one. He's got a 2-inch 16 track. It's like an analog studio. And he offered to let me do my song up there and do the video up there. So if this happens, it'll be this summer. So I'm going to get a band in there. We're going to do it old school. We're going to all play together live. We're going to do it completely in analog and mix it in analog. And because my 2-track here is not shit, and he's a good friend of mine, and so yeah, that might happen. There's
y'all might recognize some of the musicians that play on that song. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if it happens. This is a Stevens machine, and these were I think this is a Stevens. Oh no, this is actually 3M, but it looks like a Stevens because of the way the tape comes down over the head. I think I got the Stevens in here somewhere. Brian May of Queen, and I'm talking about bands playing together all at the same time. There's the Allman Brothers playing together. This is Tom Petty. Hey, this is the only picture I could find of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers all together playing in the studio. If you go back and look for older pictures of old bands in the studio, they're typically all in the control room around the mixer. There's hardly any pictures of anybody in the sound room recording. They just didn't take I just think they thought nobody gave a shit. I spent hours. I said, I just want one freaking picture of Tom Petty, and I gave up. And then a couple of nights ago, I found this one. That's it. This is the only freaking picture I could find. Oh, you got one, the Tascam MSR 24 1-inch sheet recorders. Cool. Phil Spector was probably producing. There's actually a lot of... I don't know about Phil Spector. There's some great Beach Boys footage of them recording. And then there's a couple things where people just put together still images, but they show different things from the Beach Boys, and there's sometimes you can hear them like talk back in discussions between the songs. Go on YouTube and just search up Beach Boy recording sessions. It's really educational.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff.
Amazing stuff in there. This is... Okay, this is a session... Oh, no, this is from Olympic Studios. This is... I lucked out. I finally found the Olympic Studios website, and they have a bunch of pictures of past sessions, and I forget who this is right here. Yeah, look at that. Look at all of them together. You got drummer over here, organ player here, Rhodes here, bass, electric guitar, another electric guitar, a trumpet, and a baritone sax. And they're just...
And of course, the vocalist.
Where's the vocalist at? Wait, I see a harmonica player. I think that guy's playing harmonica. It's sitting right there next to the guitar player.
Yeah, you skipped him. That's why I thought.
Yeah, no, I think he's playing harmonica.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Back when people... Yeah, there's the Beach Boys doing all their vocals together, stacking them. And this is the Rolling Stones doing percussion overdubs. Of course, everybody's probably seen this from The Who, from Who Are You? doing hand clap tracks and stuff like that. And then this is, God, I forget what this is. God dang it, man.
That's a hell of a picture.
Yeah, look at this. This is all, I think they must be taking a break, but look at all the stuff they got here. As a matter of fact, hold on. I think I zoomed in a little bit. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole freaking picture.
It's a lot going on in that picture.
Look at this. It's like there's a drum kit in the middle. Then down here, there's an amplifier. There's another station over here for keyboards with a mixer. Then there's a whole guitar set up here. This looks like one guy and there's a microphone. And then over here, there's a whole other setup, bass player, their whole rig. Oh, and there's a whole coffee set up here. And then there's stuff, I think there's stuff back in these booths here. But yeah, look at this. I mean, it's just like crazy. Crazy. That's bonkers. Anyway, I just messed up my automation there. Okay.
Chronic Dream says they just sent you another picture of Tom Petty. Oh, look, who's that?
Oh, yeah, this is another part of the video. Back when I was not quite as old as I am now. Yeah, this is another part of the video. Oh, yeah, and actually, I did put the new electric guitar in this video. I had to come up with some music to demonstrate something, and I did play drums for a short section of the video. And then there's the string dusters. And then the rest is just me blabbing away, you know. And then I got to finish the video tonight. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is actually the studio, if it happens, where we'll go and do the analog recording.
Well, that's not actually the studio. That's,
Well, that's
the
behind it.
manufacturing.
Well, that's behind it. It's like in the room behind it. Yeah. But, yeah, this is the room right here. Actually, let me do this.
Yeah, there's for the studio session.
If it happens, hold on. I got a longer section here. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, we're just going up to have, that was the same day we got the Sears guitar. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, we were just up there to, like, have a date and hang out. We ended up hanging, I brought my camera. We ended up hanging out a long time. Yeah, you can see back here, this is a Sony console. He's got two control rooms. He's got the Sony console here, and then the room he mixes in, I forget what it is, but yeah, this is where, if it happens, we'll end up coming here to do the analog recording session. And he's got a bunch of stuff. He's got a Farfisa over there and cool freaking room.
And of course, that was the control room looking through the window at the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually get any footage of the control room, but this is his other room here where he's kind of talking here. This is his mixer. This is the other room he works in. He's got a second control room. And that's, I think, all I got on the video so far. And then I got, hold on, real quickly, I got all these other freaking videos that pictures I couldn't even get into the video. I just was downloading stuff to try to.
Man, where your arm is on the orange amp, what did you do to yourself?
What? Hold on.
Yeah, you probably never even noticed.
Oh, I was probably out working in the yard. You talking about it right here?
Yes.
I mean, my hands are always screwed up, you know? I was out working in the yard, you know, it's doing something.
Well, at least you didn't stab yourself in the eye again.
Yeah. Another Queen picture. That is, oh my God, what's his name again? That is Tony Bennett. That is, oh, actually, that's Carol. Is that Carole King? I think that's Carole King from way back. Yeah. Carole King. Like, huh? And then this is Alan Parsons with Pink Floyd at Abbey Roads. This is another Rush thing from the studio. Geddy Lee at, I don't know what studio this is at. But yeah, man, look at all that shit, man. That's what I always wanted, you know. I was like, man, you know, like if I'm going to do this stuff, I want to have a bunch of gear in the room, you know. But yeah, I was just downloading like pictures like crazy. I got such a stupid. Oh yeah, this is actually Les Paul's studio right here, who pioneered multi-track recording.
What is the stack of things with the VU meters? What is that thing?
I have no freaking idea.
There was one in the other studio picture we were just looking at.
He might. Well, okay. You mean? Well, you're talking about Rush.
Was it Rush?
Hold on.
Okay. Is that no? That's not exactly the same thing. But yeah, look in the back. You see these stacks of things.
Well, okay, look to his left, or his right, over his right shoulder
yeah,
here.
I see the tape
This
machine.
is a 24-track machine.
So that's the tracks up there.
Yeah, these are the VU meters. And then all these things here are probably like the adjustments to adjust your bias and
Sure.
you got to align the machines with these little screws. A lot of them, as they got more sophisticated and they're able to miniaturize electronics, it was usually under the machine
I was going to
inside.
say, because I remember you have to open that bottom part to
Yeah.
adjust that.
This Les Paul Studio, it might be, I don't know what that is. Maybe those are mic pre's. Who the fucking know? Who knows? Because he like invented shit and would literally make stuff on his own. I can see that. Looks like there's a tape machine here. Who the hell knows? A Neve advertisement. There's a, I forget what that is. That is no, that's an API console. This is another Helios. I think that's a Helios there. And another Helios. Hard to get good pictures. You know, they weren't taking like high resolution pictures back then. This is a Trident here. This is an A range. This is an API that was made for Herb Alpert. Customized with, look at the color of that thing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. El Pusa. Yeah, probably like Mike Prees or something like that, you know? That's the only thing I could think of. This is the next youngest picture of her, Rupert Neve I could find. There's nothing in between. Like, there's like hardly any pictures. Oh, you sent a picture. Did you email it to me? Hold on, I'll check that in a second, Chronic Dream. Let me get through these. This is another Neve, I believe, here. I don't know what studio that is. I was just grabbing stuff. Another Neve. I mean, lots of Neve pictures. Just tons of Neve pictures. That's a Spectronics console. There's those things again. Bill Putnam with Nat King Cole. Bill Putnam's control room at his Universal or whatever. No, it was, I forget the name of it. This is some guy named Steve Hoffman, and he didn't make it in the video. It's from 1959. He pioneered a bunch of technology and stuff like that. It was just, the video was just getting too big. Of course, you know, what's his name? Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Queen. Here's a Harrison with God dang it, man, I swear. There's too many names in my head. We both know who these guys are. Well, Bruce Swedien and Quincy Jones. Yeah. And, of course, George Martin in front of a Neve. So there are some... Okay, there we go. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, you know.
Yeah, he looks like a baby.
I know. I mean, the work that they did. Jimi Hendrix. Oh, Van Halen's got, what has he got there? I think he's got an API. Is that an API? I thought it was a Quad 8. I might have labeled it wrong. I was doing a lot of this shit in the middle of the night. Hard to find any. A lot of the reasons these pictures didn't make it in the video because they're so grainy. There's hardly, you know, people didn't think about that, or they just weren't able to. Okay, there is a reason why there's ICBMs in here. You'll have to watch the video to find out. I don't even want to say right now. And then we get to the advertisements, like these old ads of these. There's a reason why everything's kind of stacked up here, but where are the good ads at? Hold on, there's some funny ones here.
Well, I thought you showed us earlier.
No, there's more. There's a bunch more. Like,
there's more.
Oh, there's more. Like, there's actually a lot of Neve ads and stuff. So I had more Neves than I needed. And then there was like pop mixer. Oh, actually, this is it's kind of, let me make it smaller. This is the first mixer I ever got. It was an Allen and Heath pop mixer. And it was made where you see this thing right here that's holding it up. That's actually a handle that swings out this way. And then there's a lid you put on it so you can just carry it around. I recorded my bands with that mixer, and then I took it on the road. The first time I ever went on the road, I was running sound for a band, and I took that sucker with me. I don't know why I got rid of this stuff. And then here's some more ads.
This is why you're always telling people never to get rid of their
Don't
gear.
get rid of anything, you know, Fairchild. But anyway, and it goes on and on. I've got more and more and more and more and more and more pictures and all that. Hold on, let me check my email real quick and see what he's saying about sending us. Said that he sent me some pictures. Hold on.
Y'all don't forget to hit like on the YouTube video today. And if you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe to Billy's YouTube channel, Freaking Out with Billy Hume. And if you want to know when he goes live or when he releases a video or a short, make sure to hit the notification bell.
There we go. Look at that. Okay, so you found... Oh, you know what? I did actually see this picture. But I was looking at it going like... Were they really recording or were they... Like, there's a camera there. I did actually see this, but I wanted the drums in it. Oh, also the other reason yeah, he's a little older in here because I think that's... No, wait, that is the band. I did actually see this one. Yeah, I just wanted something with drums in it too. But thanks, I like this one. This is a good one. But this, like, there's hardly any. Like, this is one of few. One of few is crazy. And then, hold on, and you sent me another one. Hold on, where is it? Oh, God. Wait, where's... Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me bring this back up here so I don't reveal too much. Okay, hold on. Slim Whitman. All right, let's take a look at this. What? Hold on. Yeah, it's crazy that... Wait, did you know Slim Whitman or were you related to him? I can't remember the story. That's another thing. I ain't using any Getty images in my videos because it will freaking get god dang.
Copyright strike.
Yeah.
Quick.
Wow, look at that. Look at the mixer right there.
That's wild looking.
Yeah, look, it's got these sliders, right?
Those
These
early faders.
Yeah. And look at the windows. The windows are always so small, which makes sense. It's smart to have small windows in your control room. You don't want all that glass reflecting. Now it's like they have glass everywhere just because it looks cool. They didn't think about it that way. They thought it was like a very scientific sort of way. But yeah, like I don't know. It just looks very, very industrial. Industrial.
Looks like the code talkers would be there listening to each other and making notes.
Yeah. Recording was a totally different thing back then. It was very, I don't know. It was, well, I mean, for me, because by the time I came along, you could actually buy stuff you could put in your house and stuff like that. But it wasn't for everybody. That's the other thing, too. It's like getting into music was very discouraged when I was younger. It was like, have some fun, but then do something you can fall back on or get a job. And now it's like, oh, yeah, my kid's in the music business. I don't know. It's just... It's a different thing now, and it's also easy to do, which is great in a lot of ways. But back then, it was so hard to get in the studio and so hard to do it. The only way you're going to be able to do it is you had to be really, really good. You had to be really, really good. Or you had to be really freaking persistent and determined.
Until you got good.
I never was that good, but I was damn persistent and determined. And then I was just like, well, screw it. Nobody would actually let me in their studio. I was able to get to work in the studio. Nobody would let me in, so I had to go. So I just did it myself. And they finally let me into studios at a certain point. Okay, he's coming over here to mix or whatever. But it's completely different reality. Yes, the old consoles, a lot of them use vacuum tubes. And that actually, that was something I was going to put in the video, which is, Kit, why I started the whole thing showing the tubes. Mm-hmm. But actually, tubes started getting out of the scene way quicker than I realized. I thought they went a little bit longer. People were pretty eager to get away from tubes because it made everything so freaking hot. It was hard to actually be in the control room because it was so freaking hot. And air conditioning existed, but it was a lot more expensive. But also, people started getting into the more, like the knees were solid state. But, it was SSL, solid state logic, which started really revolutionizing things and taking in that direction. But yeah, you're right. They had a lot of tubes and stuff in there. So that's That is why they were big. You needed all that space for the twos, but god dang, it must have been sweltering in there.
Kind of like we were talking about on film sets, how that used to be the case because of the lights.
Yes, the Abbey Road studio, the germanium transistor consoles, and actually today I've got a germanium, one of the Chandler germanium mic pre's over here that is modeled after that. And it's interesting. I think other people have started using germanium. I can't remember who it was. I came across it. There's always so much stuff between researching my videos and then people sending me emails and a live stream. There's so much stuff for me to take in. Who was it that was starting to use germanium? I can't remember. Oh, Roy Orbison played with Slim Whitman? Holy crap, that's crazy. Crazy. Oh, he didn't like Jerry Lee Lewis. Yeah, I could imagine Jerry Lee Lewis was not easy to work with. Absolutely. Anyway, I'm working on this video. It'll be out next week. It's very involved. It's got a lot of stuff in it. I'm not even done filming it. Oh my God. And it's just one of those stupid things where I go down these rabbit holes and there's a bunch of editing and stuff, but it'll be good. It'll be out next week. So I'll probably announce it during a live stream or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, y'all go check out Billy's YouTube channel and see some of the content that he's got on his back catalog there. It's a lot of good stuff.
Well, I guess I got to get back to work. And, yeah.
I'm going to walk out and look at the bees just because.
Yeah, I'll walk out there with you too, and then I'll get back to work. Well, everybody, thanks for watching the live stream. It was fun. Got to premiere my my Sears and Roebuck guitar. I'm in love with this thing, man. I mean, it's definitely got issues, and I got to work on the intonation, but I just like playing this thing. You know, it's been a blast. You know, and I'm so glad I found it. I feel so good having this thing now. Can't even tell you.
Bringing things around in a circle.
Huh?
Because you have the early one. Yep.
Yeah. So it'll make an appearance in other live streams and videos and stuff like that. So anyway, everybody take it easy. I don't know what day I'll be streaming next week. I'll let you know. I'll announce it in advance and all that sort of stuff. So
we were talking about Wednesday. But
it might be a Wednesday. It might be a Thursday. Everything's just crazy right now. My life is there's no regularity to anything. It's all just there's just stuff going on. So I'm doing the best I can. But it'll be one of those days.
Oh,
thanks, Chronic Dream. I really appreciate it. So y'all have a good day. And just stay tuned. Look out for the new video. Look out for things. They're coming up. Mm-hmm. And, and I'll check out Lil Peep. Oh, move on, be strong. Hold on. Let me write that down because now you got me curious. My research. Y'all make me learn so much shit. Lil Peep. Hold on. Move on, be strong. What was the other one? Lose my mind. Well, that's definitely relatable. All right, I will check that out. Eat bran. I will. From France. Well, good night, France. And Jesus. All right, everybody, take it easy. We'll see you next week. And
thank you, guys.
Be good and be unique. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
take 2, take 3, take 4, take 5, take whatever.